Morning, happy Thursday. It is 9 o'clock and I'm out here already in Clermont. I was kind of torn where if I should go to Leesburg or stay in Clermont, but as I'm trying to get more Instacarts, I felt like Clermont would be better just because Clermont does have way more choices for Instacarts because there's like 5 or 6 different Publixes and an Aldi and BJ's instead of like 2 Publixes that are like 7 miles apart in Leesburg and an Aldi's and then like Walgreens and CVS. So here I have more of a chance for Instacart. So as I was saying before my camera died, I forgot to charge it. Actually, I don't know what I was saying, but I was torn between going to Leesburg or staying here. I ended up staying in Clermont, hoping to do better with Instacart. I do have a dash scheduled around 12:30, and I do have Uber and Corner Shop on. I did just take an Uber for $7 and change for like 3 miles for Panera, and then they tried to give me an add-on for like 9 miles and $10, and I'm like, no, that's gonna take me all the way back to Groveland, and I'm not gonna go back to Groveland 9 miles for only $10. It would have to have been more. I don't know how many items and stuff, so I was just like, no, I'm not gonna do that. So now I am heading to Panera for my first order of the day. Alright, y'all, so I moved around a bunch while I was in Clermont and I just was not getting anything, and so I'm heading to Leesburg. I should be there probably in like 20-25 minutes. It says it's busy over there. I should have went there from the start. I don't know. I just had a gut feeling that I was gonna have to go to Leesburg. It still says it's busy with Doordash, and Doordash is like the main moneymaker in Clermont as well, but if I'm not getting anything, I went to different stores that Instacart does, nothing. The only ones that I ever saw was the Aldi's drop, and y'all know I'm not a big fan of Aldi's. I will do Aldi's orders, but once you get past like 50 items or units, whatever, I'm like, no, because then it's way too many bags and it's too much for me to handle by myself, so I just don't do it. Of course, if the money was worth it, I would do it, but the most money was like $44. Then that was 3 orders for like 80 something items all together, and I'm like, no, there's no way. I can't do 3 orders at Aldi's if I'm by myself. Maybe if I had patience that, you know, she could have a cart too, but she's home doing schoolwork, so, you know. But I'm heading to Leesburg, so I'll let y'all know once I finally get my next order, hopefully by 11 o'clock, I'm hoping, because Leesburg hopefully will be lit. Alright, y'all, so I'm officially in Leesburg, and y'all, I already have an Instacart order. It's only $12, nothing crazy. 7 items or something like that, and 2 of them are already being prepared at the deli, so I just have to pick them up, and I'm like, all right, yep, I can do that for 3 miles, $12, easy peasy. I should be in and out. I know a lot of stores are out of stuff, so it is making it a little difficult, but hopefully it runs smoothly, and I'm just happy that I got an order already, and I'm not even like, they have the other Publix that I passed because I took 27 all the way here, and I passed the other Publix, so they're probably about 6 miles apart, not 8 miles. I thought it was like 8 miles, but it's only 6. So I'm going where the money's at today, y'all. I'm going to try and pay more attention to Instacart than the other apps. Doordash, I just paused because I was able to start dashing already. But I will definitely let y'all know how this Instacart order goes for me. So of course they didn't have some of her items, so I had to message back and forth with her, but she was very responsive, so that was good. She wanted a basil plant. They didn't have it, and then she had a backup, so I grabbed the backup, and then of course I still messaged her and let her know like, hey, I grabbed your backup, because they did not have what you originally had asked for. They only had this, this, and this. And then she was like, oh, can you grab me that one instead? So I'm like, okay, I can do that. So I'm like trying to go back and see, because I already picked up her replacement and she went in there and actually said, no, I don't want this, grab me this. So Instacart was like, okay, the customer wants this instead. So I guess that made it actually a little bit easier for me, because I didn't have to go back and say found the original item or scan a different replacement. She already did it for me. Which basil and thyme to me are like completely different, so I was very surprised that she wanted that, but I don't know, that's on her. That's what she wanted, so she got a potted thyme instead of basil. And then she wanted some type of butter. That's the only butter that they didn't have, so she got a different kind that was BOGO. Then they had 3 different kinds of that one, so I had to be like, hey, do you want this one, or that one? And she was like, oh, this one. So I think that was it. Then of course I asked, do you need anything else? She did add an item while I was in there before I hit start shopping, so the total went up to like $13 and change. But because of the butter, I don't know if it's gonna make a difference or not. Everything else would be pretty much the same. But I'm heading to deliver. It's 3 miles. So I'm doing a firehouse order, and I don't know if I'll ever go back there, or not for a while anyways. That person in there was so rude. The guy was nice, and I've never been in there before, so it says, for online orders, pick up here. So naturally I'm standing there because it's not on there. So the lady's like, oh, are you picking up an online order? I said, no, I have an Uber for the person I have an Uber for. And she was like, oh, the Uber orders are going to be down there. And he was like, oh, what's the name? So I told him the name, and he's like, oh, I'm working on that right now. But he did say that, we don't have bottled Sprite, and she wanted a Sprite. We have Coke and Diet Coke. So I called her, let her know, and she's like, I'll take the Coke. Then I'm leaving now with the order, and I'm like, wait a minute, there's no chips in this bag, and she's supposed to have chips. So I go back in there. Now I'm already annoyed because they don't have their stuff together in there at all. And there's like 4 or 5 people behind the counter. Like, come on, people, let's go. If you didn't have the Lay's chips and you see that on her order, why didn't you say that when I'm calling the lady for the first time for the soda? Then now here I am calling her again. I'm like, I'm so sorry, I have to call you again. They don't have the chips. She didn't want the baked one. She got the Miss Vicky's jalapeno. So now I'm finally on my way to deliver, and it's a mile away. So all that mess for $5 for like, I think it was 1.8 miles, but now I have a mile left to go. I am so annoyed. My phone is just not working over here. Doordash completely glitched. I had 3 dashes scheduled. They've all disappeared for some reason. I can't get on a dash. The service, I don't know if it's the service or if it's Doordash or what. Well, it has to be Doordash because I had 3 scheduled and they're all gone. It said I was paused. I was not paused. It was sending me orders, but they weren't ever popping up. I don't know what's going on with Doordash today. It's stressing me out so bad because I came over here to try and make some more money with the Doordash because it was busy, and now Doordash is just not working at all. So I'm kind of like stuck, y'all. I don't know what to do. So Doordash finally decided to work. it came back to normal. I was able to, because it said I was paused before and I was trying to get back on because it was sending me orders but they weren't popping up. But finally now it's back to normal. I did just take an Instacart order for the dollar store, so I'm heading to the dollar store now. It was for like 8 items or 9 items, so I should be hopefully in and out. What is that? Oh, that's Doordash. I forgot I had Doordash on still. They had just sent me one for crispy crunchy chicken, which I did not take, and now they're sending me another crispy crunchy chicken. Oy vey. I should have got over so I would have made this light. This person in front of me. People here just drive different. But I'm heading to the dollar store anyways for this Instacart. Hopefully I can be in and out and back online. Okay guys, so I just did an order and I dropped it off. It was $7 on Uber Eats for Sam's Seafood and Grill, and it was 1.3 miles. That was the easiest order I probably am gonna do all day. It was ready when I went in there. It usually is ready when I go in there, so I like pickups from that place. And now I am heading to La Palma Mexican Grill for an order on Doordash. It was 2.9 miles for $6.50, so it can go up. I don't know if it will. We'll see. Dude, you're in the middle of the road. You gotta go. I'm telling people don't know how to drive here. It's worse than everywhere else, I think. But we'll see if the order will go up once I drop it off. I don't know what it is about today, if the people are just, they woke up on the wrong side of the bed, or if it's me, but they set the order down and I don't like it's a black bag, plastic bag, so I can't see in there. Once I got to the car I could see in there because the light was shining, but I asked her if there was a straw in the bag, and there was another lady that happened to be sitting there. I guess, I don't know if she's the manager or whatever she is. She was like, if there's not a straw in the bag, they're right there in front of you. Like, no, really? Obviously I can see the straws in front of me, but if there's a straw in the bag, I don't want to grab another one. But I ended up just grabbing one and got out of there. It's like, I don't know. That's the second time today. The people have been just rude. I don't know what it is today, y'all, but people are in a funky mood. So I just did a not so great Instacart because I was getting nothing and my dash was about to end. I'm on another dash now. I was able to grab one for like an hour from 4 to 5, but I just snagged an Instacart. I'm not sure what is the heavy thing that's there, but it's for $24 for 9 items, 18 units, 3.1 miles. Now that I have it, let me look. 2 cases of water. Oh, that's it. All right, your girl can handle 2 cases of water. I was like, I hope it's not a lot, like cases and cases and cases, but 2 I can do. Did you see that? Just kidding, y'all. I'm heading back to Publix now. I should be done with the in and out hopefully in like 15 minutes. All depends on if they have everything. The last one, they did not have everything. It was only like $15 and change. The items count was way more. I still did it in under an hour, but I messaged the customer, of course, from the get-go. They never replied. I needed answers about 3 replacements, and I was all done with everything else. So I'm like, all right, I'm all done shopping. Let me call. No answer. I called again, no answer. But then I realized that she messaged me in the chat finally. So when I called, she probably realized, oh crap, this is probably my Instacart worker. Let me answer the phone. Well, let me message her. So that was good. And yeah, I don't know, maybe they'll tip more. That would be nice, but probably not. Got a Pizza Hut order for $6.50, 5 items for 0.7 miles. I'm literally looking at the Pizza Hut. I don't think I even have to leave the driveway that I'm in, because the Publix driveway I found has worse service than this one where Big Lots is at. So I sit where the Big Lots is, but like all the way in the front across from the Family Dollar, and that seems to work a lot better for me. So far right now I'm at about $98 and change. I'm trying to hit 150 today. That's why I wanted to get out earlier. I need to hit 150 pretty much daily, but I haven't been getting out early any day. So yep, I don't even have to leave the parking lot. That's pretty awesome. To go 0.7 miles for $6.50. This will get me one closer. That was a bust. They didn't even have the order. They couldn't find it, and then they looked in the tablet and were like, oh, that's gonna be another 15 minutes because they didn't even start it. So I guess I'm going to do this other order now for 2.5 miles for $5.50 so I can stay busy. I'm just upset now because that one would have been a way better order because it could have went up. I don't know if they'll send me the same order again after I just declined it, but I'm gonna head to Papa John's now for $5.50. 2.5 miles, so dang. But I don't want to sit there and wait 15 minutes, and then what if they weren't even making the order? They're like, oh, you could take this one for AJ, and I'm like, well, that's not my order. I wouldn't even know how to do that. I'm not trying to take another Dasher's order. They are crazy. But that's what happened with that. That's, you know, oh well, I guess. To Papa John's I go. Next order is up. I'm trying not to sit. As soon as I pulled up in the parking lot, I got comfy. An order popped up on Instacart, 10 items, 18 units for $10. And I'm like, all right, I can do that. Hopefully I can get it done quickly. It's only 10 different items. So it doesn't say that it is heavy pay. They got an 8-pack of soda and a lot of produce. So it's like half produce, half snacks, and a soda. So that's good. Maybe they'll give me an add-on, which would be nice. I know that they've tried giving me a couple add-ons throughout the day, but they were all trash, you guys. Got that dropped off. The nurse was a little upset because the guy that I orders it for his mom. And she lives in like a little assisted nursing home to where it's like, you know, probably they only have their own room and shower. So she was a little mad that he got all this fruit because she said there's gonna be fruit flies. Well, that got nothing to do with me. I'm just delivering it. But now I'm heading to Popeyes for an order. That was a big dog. For $6.50, I think. How many miles was it? 2.6 miles, and it's mostly delivery. It's like maybe a mile to get there, and then probably 1.5 miles to drop it off. So Thursday, my last ride that I showed y'all, I think was Popeyes, which I got $7 for that. And then I did an Instacart for $24.97 from the other Publix. So I drove the 6 miles to the other Publix thinking, all right, maybe they'll give me an add-on and I'll be done. No, it didn't. That did not happen. I ended up having to do, I think, one more ride, and it was for $6.50 from the Old Time Diner. And then I was like, you know what? I'm done. So with Uber Eats, I did 3 trips for a total of $20.04. With Doordash, I did a total of $35.47. That was between 4 different dashes. 4 different dashes that day, y'all. That's because I started out in Clermont and it was just horrible. So I went to Leesburg. It was a little bit better, but it was still really slow because I was out literally all day long. And then with Instacart, I did make $96.34. So that was the breadwinner that day, but that was literally spread out all day. It says my active time for that was 4 hours. So I made $96 in 4 hours, but it was spread out from like 9 a.m. probably till almost 9 p.m. Yeah, 8, 8:30. So 8:30 I was almost done. No, that's not right. That's 6:30. That was, my last ride was at 7:43. So probably like 8:15 I was done. It was a very long day, but I did, I think, finally hit my goal with a total of 151.85, 14 trips. So my average per trip was about $10.84 per trip. And then 11 hours online. It was a long day, y'all, for $13 an hour. Not that great. Hopefully I can get out there today and make a little money, which would be awesome. I don't know if my computer is gonna ring because I just silenced a call on my phone. But thank you guys so much for watching this video. I hope you enjoy it. And if you like it, don't forget to hit the like button. If you haven't subscribed yet, hit the subscribe button. And I will see you guys in my next one.
A young boy being lay dreaming. And in the dream,